I'd buy that for $1.
Oh, yeah. See, we plan ahead. That way we don't do anything right now. Earl, explain it to me.
Now, say my name.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Deadstream Live. It's been a few weeks, but we are back, and we are back at it again. I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Kevin, from 0 Point Reviews and Suns and Shadows podcast. We're also joined again by Skeeter from Skeeter on Sound. Thank you again for joining us, Skeeter. How you been doing lately, buddy?
Oh, pretty good. Been busy. Started up a new thing called Jindo Music Bingo, and it's taken off like crazy in the area right now.
What is that about?
So it's not your grandma's bingo. So you don't hear B12.
Shit, there goes my bingo.
Or so instead, I play a 30-second clip of a song, and people on their phone could pick out the songs on their card. And we got different sets of rounds that I do, and people win a prize every round. So it's pretty fun.
Dude, I totally play that game.
Mm-hmm. Especially when I could put it on random playlists, or I could put it on like 80s rock or 80s pop, or 90s punk rock or country or whatever.
Okay, you lost me at country. I ain't
know
that one.
So there's some tough ones there.
I believe that, especially if you get into any sort of hip hop from anything from after the 90s. I'm totally lost.
So, but yeah, my clients are liking it. The bars are loving it. So I can't complain. It's been keeping me busy. I'm actually scheduled Monday through Friday, 2 hours a night every week.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Cool beans.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
And then I got to sneak in time.
Oh, there you go. All right. Now, Kevin, what you been up to lately, buddy?
Oh, nothing. I haven't even really been playing games this week. I've just been keeping up on Special Unit 2, working on the podcast.
Cool.
It's been a slow, boring week until today.
Yeah, well, I've been on vacation for a little bit, and then we had some little family time and whatnot, but we're back. And only thing that we are not covering today is I did play a little bit of a demo on Stellar Blade on the PlayStation 5. That is a fun game that's coming out next Friday. I started to get the hang of it, and then the demo was over with. And I'm like, damn it, now I gotta wait for that game. But the game is a little too sexy for some people. So unfortunately, those people are going to lose out. The rest of us are going to win. So double thumbs up on that game. Totally looking forward to getting that at some point in the future. And then not much else other than I watched a brand new 4K of Major League.
Ooh,
the original one with Charlie Sheen and everybody involved with that. Looks great. Highly recommend this. Best transfer since the DVD days. Last Blu-ray sucked. So this looks awesome.
So I didn't miss out not getting the Blu-ray then.
You know, Blu-ray looks horrible. So don't buy that. Get that 4K. It's well worth your money. And it's got an extra. It actually has a deleted scene I didn't know about. I don't know if they included it on this release. I don't really remember that, but it's basically an alternate ending with Rachel Phelps, the owner of the team. And she basically acts like, this was all a setup by me. I wanted you guys to win the entire time. And she ends up being like the pseudo, I caught everybody, including the audience and the players and the managers, everybody in this movie. I've actually been on board this whole time. So the only way I could get you guys to win a damn game around here was to totally screw with you guys. It doesn't fit. It does not work. I'm glad they did not put that in the movie because she's so good as a bad girl.
I agree.
Yeah.
If we win, we strip the piece. Hell yeah.
That was so fucking funny.
God, I love the first two Major Leagues. The third one's fine, but it's definitely a step down from the other two.
I don't think I watched the third one because the third one didn't have Charlie in it, did it?
No. It basically went back to the minor leagues. The only Roger Dorn's in it and Bobby Uecker. is in it, or I'm sorry, Corbin Burnson's in it.
Yeah.
But it's all good. Still enjoyable. I like the trilogy, but first two are pretty awesome. The second one is like a guilty pleasure of mine because like Charlie Sheen's like, he's got to realize that he's turned into a corporate shill asshole.
Mhm.
When you look back these days, it's kind of, really. Very cool.
Ooh, it's on Amazon.
There you go, buddy.
Yeah, I didn't know that was out. I'm like, ooh, I got to get that, but
Came
I'll
out
have to do it later.
weeks ago, but definitely recommend that, especially if you have a 4K player. There's no Blu-ray in there, so.
Mhm.
Cool.
But it's got a better transfer. Anyway, all right, guys, we got some topics to get into. Let's go ahead and get started with the Fallout TV show. Then we'll roll into some trailers and we'll wrap up with some X-Men 97. What do you think about that, guys?
Sounds
Sounds good.
All right. Well, Fallout's now on Amazon Prime, and they basically dropped the whole show. I'm only about an episode and a half in. I'm really enjoying it, but I also come from an area where I haven't actually watched or played the video games like at all. But what's really kind of odd or funny or however you want to describe it is I know the names of all the video games of Fallout, but I haven't played one single solitary second. I know nothing about the plot other than the Pip-Boy. So I've seen the cover arts. I've seen the collector's editions. I've seen basically everything but a single solitary frame of the game. And so far, I got to say, I'm enjoying the show, but I'm only an episode and a half in. I hope to kind of move it along and see where everybody else is at. Current feeling amongst most people is it's a good show. It's not great. But if you're a video game hardcore fan, you're kind of split. Like, if you're a fan of the Obsidian games, you feel one way. If you're a fan of the Bethesda version games, it's like a completely different reaction. So it's kind of like a weird dichotomy amongst like everybody watching this show is like, it's either really good, it's kind of good, or it's really bad. So, Skater, we're going to start with you. What have you watched so far, and how do you feel about it?
I just finished episode 7 tonight.
Damn.
I got one more episode to go. I only played the very first one and New Vegas.
Okay.
And I might have dabbled in another one, but I can't remember because, I mean, they're great games. Just, it couldn't keep my attention. I was hooked on everything else.
Okay.
But the show, and that, we'll leave that open.
Understood.
But, the show so far, I'm digging it. It's pretty good. I mean, there's glimpses here, like every episode shows you a different title of the video game. So every time you see Fallout, that's kind of like an Easter egg if you didn't know. But all the diehard gamers, I'm not a diehard gamer, but I know, so I'm like, oh yeah, that's the cover from the first one. Oh, that's the one from Vegas, and it's like, okay, I see what they're doing there. And then the vault, I love it. It's pretty good. I mean, how the people are is amazing. Since you guys aren't, I'm not going to spoil a lot, but there's a lot of stuff that pops up. You're like, oh shit. It's like, what? It kind of throws you off if you've never played the games.
Okay.
But the show kind of, I don't know, goes its own direction a little bit, but in a good way to me. So I'm really digging it.
Oh, that's pretty good to hear. It gets me a little more excited to see what's coming up next. And I've heard there's some like nice twists with the stories and some of the characters, and it sounds like there's just maybe a couple character kind of drawbacks, but I'm pretty open to trying just about any sort of show as long as it's not too far off the deep end as far as like DEI or anything like that. But so far I'm enjoying it. Kevin, where are you at? What are you thinking about it?
So I binged the first 3 episodes today.
3? God damn, I'm behind.
Yeah. Well, I thought we
were building the chicken coop today. Give me a break.
I was so unproductive. And it's like my wife asked me, she's like, you were out there all day. And theoretically, like, that's only 3 hours. And I really feel like I was out here in the studio all day, just like sitting there staring at this goddamn phone, watching it. So I was telling Skeets before we started, I played the shit out of Fallout 3. I liked it. Just going around doing different stuff, shooting different creatures, crawling through the minefields and stuff like that, seeing the detail of the wastelands that they put into the games is just phenomenal. And so then getting to watch certain parts of the episodes today where you see towns from the game pretty much recreated perfectly in the TV show, minus one big centerpiece. But
Okay.
but yeah, they've done a really good job as far as like trying to make it like the game.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with like the costume design going on with this, and a lot of the location shootings. Like, so I'm only, like I said, I'm only like halfway through like the second episode, but I'm highly enjoying like what I'm seeing as far as like a production design, costume design. The giant mech suits look fucking phenomenal. I don't know how CGI they are, or if they've incorporated a little bit of practical effects and kind of blended it in. But of course, with the bear scene, that's pretty clear. Like, oh, the bear's fucking CGI, but whatever. I can forgive that because you're exaggerating something that's not really possible, at least as far as like anybody knows, unless you've watched Cocaine Bear too many times while having cocaine. So
that bear reminded me of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I kind of like in my mind, I'm like, maybe that is Cocaine Bear. It mutated from the radiation, and it's still alive all these years later
because of the cocaine.
Ooh. And it's still got its 3 or 4 cubs still out there too that are probably now grown and now starting their own Planet of the Bears sort of series.
Planet of the Bears.
I fucking Cocaine Bears. I
got excited. Call us, Hollywood. Call us Asylum. Fuck, we'll sell that. To you guys too.
Asylum. Y'all need the help anyway. Your movies are shit to begin with.
They know that.
Do they?
The people that run
Atlantic
the Asylum.
Rim job. Like, come on.
Oh well, yeah. That's going to be a 0 point. I don't want to think about Asylum films. It's already starting to hurt my brain.
That's a different sort of rim job.
A different sort of rim job. Anyway,
trying to derail Kevin seems to be our shtick now.
Yeah. So anyway, back to this 12-foot bear. That was fucking impressive as hell. See, I knew I'd find where we left off.
Damn it.
Fuck you. I fucked up. I got excited, but I fucked up. Like where the bear was attacking the knight. Yeah. And you hear him going, fuck, 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 fuck. I was like, that sounds so familiar. And I tapped on my phone and I see it's Michael Rappaport. And I'm like,
oh, really?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I didn't catch that.
There's a lot of surprise actors and actresses are going to pop up in later episodes. And I'm like, no. And I like, okay. Yep. I was right. So.
It was so weird to even see like Kyle MacLachlan almost right away. I'm like, oh shit. I didn't know he was in this fucking show.
Yes. Right. Yeah. And then you don't see him much again after that, do you?
No, not really.
No. But it kind of plays off that. I don't remember what the name of the episode was, but there was an old episode of Twilight Zone where people were trying to get into the neighbor's bomb shelter, and they were ready to start killing each other to get into the bomb shelter.
Yeah.
And so you start seeing a bit of that, a shade of that at the very beginning. And then it's only alluded to throughout. And you're kind of like,
okay,
oh, that's going to come back sometime. Oh, so I like that they kind of play off that because that's one of the greatest fonts of storytelling you could possibly take from.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait till they get to Vault 4. That, yeah. I'll just leave her there.
Understood. Hey, I gotta admit, I'm pretty excited to continue on with the show. My wife was asking me about it earlier. She's like, "Have you heard about the Fallout show? It's not getting like the best reviews." And it's like, well, from some of the places I follow, I'm hearing good reviews, but I also am hearing from other places it's not great. It's like that reaction in general is enough to keep a conversation going to make me want to be like, okay, well, I'm not hearing it definitively one way or the other that this show is complete and utter crap. So I'm going to give this a whirl because up until this point, to be frank with everybody, like, I don't think I would have checked this out if it didn't have such a wide variety of, hey, this is good to, hey, this is shit. Makes me actually want to check it out myself. So there's something to that kind of a buzz where it's such a mixed reaction, but it also got renewed for season 2 when Amazon Prime does not generally drop whole entire shows for the binge model.
Yeah.
At this point, you're probably going to be feeling the strain of in another week or two, everybody will have watched the show that was going to watch it or got interested in it. And then the conversations are going to drop until the second season. If they had gone with their normal routine of, oh, we'll drop 2 or 3 episodes and then we go weekly after that for the next like 5 episodes. They've done it with The Boys. They've done it with just about every one of their other shows. The fact that they dropped the whole thing and they probably didn't have that much confidence in it. Shit, this show is way better than fucking Rings of Power. And they tried to milk the shit out of that thing. The least they could have done was given this the same model that they've been adhering to. I think it might have helped keep buzz going and keep people thinking and talking about this show for at least another month, if not 2. I think that would have helped out in the long term. I guess we'll find out when season 2 rolls around when it ends up being, because this is from Jonathan Nolan, Christopher Nolan's brother, but he also is fresh off of doing Westworld, where season 1 was fantastic, and that's the end of that show.
Oh.
But then again, his wife was very more involved with Westworld, and that kind of is where it went off the rails. She's not writing any of these episodes, from my understanding. She's just more serving as a producer. It sounds like she's got her own little project she's kind of working on separately, so she's only like half invested in this. But hey, if Fallout's going to work, where's my BioShock?
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking for based on this. Awesome. It's like, hey, if you could do this for Fallout at least halfway decent, I know you can give me a goddamn BioShock that'll be badass. And then where's my John Carpenter Dead Space, you bitches? Give me John Carpenter Dead Space right now. Open checkbook. Loves that fucking game. Let him do it. Just saying.
I had to trick my wife into watching this show because if she knows it's a video game related, gone. But
yeah, my wife might be a little bit the same way. My wife actually wants to watch like Shogun, like some other good shows out there. It's like, I don't know if I could convince her to try this or not, but usually if she hears video game adaptation, she's like, if you want to watch it, go right ahead.
I didn't tell her that. And we just started watching the show. I'm like, it's supposedly good. She's like, okay, I'll give it a try. So she's watching. She's like, oh, I love this classic music. And she's all listening.
Oh, the music's great.
And it's fantastic. That when I hear that, I think the same thing you do. Got to get BioShock, because that old timey music that they play in the games. Oh, so good. But she lost interest by 3rd episode. She's like, post-apocalyptic, whatever.
This could be
I'll just listen to the music while you watch it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, there you go. Well, they better put the soundtrack out there eventually then. Spotify, digitally, vinyl, whatever. They better put that out there, because even I'm digging the music, and I'd be totally down for actually getting the soundtrack in some form.
Well, let's take a peek-see.
Yep. Our resident Spotify soundtracker, Kevin, is hard on the case.
Should be up by now.
You know, I would like to say happy 420 to everybody, because I just typed in Spotify into the search bar of Spotify. So thank you guys for fucking with me.
Happy 420, everybody. While Kevin's searching that, I don't partake in that. We have some in the house. We ain't doing that today. We had a very nice dinner with a few drinks and a bottle of wine, and so I'm good to go tonight. And apparently, from what I remember about Wisconsin, it's not exactly legal there still.
Nope.
Thank you, Mr. Evers, you fucktard.
But if you go to Minnesota, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, yeah, they're legal.
Oh, it did get passed in Illinois.
Still medical, and
Yeah.
they're working on recreational stuff.
Okay. Yeah, once you're surrounded by all states, then Wisconsin will fall in line. That seems to be what usually happens there. Not to get too political, but I used to live there for like 35 fucking years.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, my dad's still there. I still got family in Madison. But Kevin, so what are we doing on the search results over there, buddy? We need to get you some weed.
It wasn't just the set list that I found. There is an actual soundtrack. So if like you're into physical media and shit, check it out. It's like Reservoir Dogs. It's got your song and then radio interlude. Song, nice. Radio interlude. Yeah, and it's all really good shit. Nat King Cole, Perry Como, Johnny Cash. You hear Johnny Cash a lot in the first few episodes.
Daddy likes.
Bing Crosby, Glenn Miller, Laverne Baker. Yeah, this is a great soundtrack. This is not something my wife would be like, that's fucking awesome. Let's get that on the set list. This is the shit that my wife's like, change it. Like, I love Django Reinhardt. No, like BioShock is my jam. Like the Django Reinhardt musical or musical pieces that they do.
Yeah.
Marvelous, beautiful. I've got them all on my phone and I get yelled at every time It's Gotta Be You comes on.
Poor taste, woman. Poor taste.
Yeah.
She likes Aerosmith with Mac. I can't complain terribly. No, she likes Fleetwood Mac. I like Fleetwood Mac. I want to
fall asleep.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll just skip past my issues.
All right. Well, maybe next week we can wrap up on our Fallout coverage, and by then I should have seen the whole show. Maybe the rest of us will have finished it off, and we can do a quick little summation and recap on what we thought about Fallout. Guys, game?
Sounds good.
Damn.
Well, let's roll on into our next topic. We got a couple of trailers that won't get us copyright struck. Thank you assholes over at Netflix and Warner Brothers. Although Warner Brothers, fuck you.
You know, it's not surprising that it was Warner Brothers. It's like, we don't want you to show our stuff. People might want to see it.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Well, I don't Okay, so super quick before we roll on into our first trailer, and I'll get that screen shared here right now. But quite frankly, people reacting to your trailers is not a bad fucking thing. I do not understand why they want to strike people for, hey, let's watch a trailer for a few seconds. Let's talk about a scene. There's a lot of people that are doing that, and they don't get struck, but some people do. You could be bigger, you could be smaller than we are. I mean, we're closing in on like 5,000 subscribers, which is totally fucking awesome. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing. And do hit that like button. Follow us below. Make a comment, subscribe, notification. We got you. But like the fact that they want to kind of take the base out of like trailer reactions, like, do you want people to not talk about your fucking movie or not? I think you would want all the buzz you can get because Hollywood is sucking right now and your finances are down. Maybe you give everybody a little bit of a break this year, you fucktards. Just saying. So fuck you, Warner Brothers.
They're trying to be down. Like,
but if they sign AEW for another 7 years, I will give them a little bit of a break. But fuck that.
Never mind. Unfuck you.
Unfuck you. But that said, we have a fun trailer by our buddy Cody Falk. He is a fan film director. He's also an actor. He does a lot of work behind the scenes. He's done some work on Friday the 13th Vengeance, his other fan films. And I think what he's doing is some great work, and I think his new Days of Sodom is looking pretty badass. So, guys, ready for a real Crow trailer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because if you're watching for the first time, we watched the new Crow. What, like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
Yep.
We all
Lionsgate.
had we all had fairly similar opinions. That looks like someone's asshole on film.
Mhm.
Buckle up, bitches. This one's a lot better. This is what you're wanting to see.
Yep. And so when you're checking this out at the very end, please go to our description below. We're going to have links to his Indiegogo. They're working on finishing up the funding for this bad boy, and we totally support them. And Cody, I know we've reached out to you about being on our 0 Point reviews. You will be getting a follow-up very shortly. And all right, let's do this.
They say no one but God has ever come back from the grave.
Yes, music.
Last night, for reasons unknown to me, I was granted an exception.
The mood already feels natural.
I know, right? It feels like it's really pulling you back to the original film. Well, telling you this is a little different. This is not the same thing, but this is the feel. This is the spirit of the Crow.
Yeah.
I'm loving the soundtrack right away. I'm like, I'm sucked in.
Yeah, I think that was a great choice for a song,
perfect.
and it carries through the trailer. So this is super
Cool.
dope. Have you guys actually seen this, or is this your first time checking it out?
This is my first time seeing it.
All right.
I cheated and peeked. I was excited.
Yeah, I cheated and peeked too, because it's Cody. I like his work. Anyway.
All right.
I watched you change. At first, I didn't know why I was back. Everything was a fog. Just fragments of memories scattered through my head like broken glass.
Man, the set looks right too. Like trying to get that vibe of the clock tower and whatnot.
Yep.
Like, God, I really like the setup and the staging here. It looks right as well. It doesn't just feel right or sound right. It looks right.
Yeah, the lighting is perfect. Like
Yes,
almost to the original.
Yes, exactly. It's terrifying and beautiful all at the same time.
Dark and gritty. Perfect.
Broken.
My first apartment.
Tormented.
But I can remember one thing. I remembered her face.
Yes. Oh, right there. That is the face of the fucking Crow.
Yeah.
Where are the tattoos?
It's not Post Malone, dude.
Where's
the
his
makeup does
pubic
look a
region?
little bit different. Oh, yeah.
There's no pubes. Like, I mean, the other guy didn't have pubes either.
Oh, here, hold on a second. Let me show you something.
No, kidding aside, this is exactly what you would expect to see when you would see the Crow revealing itself. Like, what we saw before was not it. That was a joke.
Yeah, that's somebody's idea of what the Crow would be in like the modern times. This is more like the Crow when it was actually made and coming out of the comic book.
Yes, coming out of the comic book, but also it's a romanticized world that can still be. Like, sure, the Post Malone douchebaggery exists, but this type of broken world still exists in itself too.
Right.
There is a darkness that is not shown in the other movie's trailer.
No.
Right. It just feels like a John Wick version of what the Crow would be if he was younger, angrier, and all tatted up, looking like a criminal.
Don't say that.
Sorry,
about
Bill.
Jonathan.
No.
Anyway.
Well,
Hell sends an angel bearing gifts.
The cross.
and that is Days of Sodom, the fan film for The Crow. And gonna recommend everybody head on over to Wet Paint Pictures. Give them a subscribe. They also got the links there as well, like this Indiegogo. We'll have it in our description as well. But go on, head on over, check it out. There's tiers for just about everything you could want on their Indiegogo. You even just want to give them just a couple of bucks just to be like, yeah, that's right. This is what I want. Totally awesome. But you can like put in an order for Blu-rays. This is non-for-profit. So any money that they make goes toward good causes, future productions only. They are not lining their pocketbooks with this. So that's the thing with fan films. You cannot make a profit. But if you put it back into like specifically finishing the production of this, which is what they're doing, that's absolutely the right way to go. And you're encouraging young, talented filmmakers to keep this alive because we need these people working in the future. Vincente has done a great job with Never Hike Alone. He'd be a great guy to take over for Friday the 13th. Fuck you, Sean Cunningham. Really, fuck you. And for like this, absolutely, I think. But once we see the final film, we'll have a better understanding about how this plays out. But the vibes I'm getting, the first impressions I'm getting are, I'm glad I put my money into this project a while ago, actually. This has been in production for a little while. And I feel like I'm going to get my money's worth. And I'm getting a Blu-ray for damn sure.
Yeah, it looks pretty amazing. I'll have to get to the link after this.
Yeah. Hopefully they put out a soundtrack too, but even if it's just a digital and the original people get their royalties or whatever, but even if they don't, like, and this is just for the promotional trailer, that's totally cool. But I'd totally be down for a score if they do this, because with the original Crow soundtrack, you had the score and you had the soundtrack. It was one of those great 1-2 punches where everything just was a great set.
Mm-hmm.
We know a great horror scorer or composer, so great horror composer.
I was going to say, you might want to rephrase that and take the money out of your pocket, Kevin.
Horror, what? I don't know. We know him from Willy's Wonderland. We've met him online a couple times. He's a wonderful guy. So, like, he's really good at, say, like, what you heard in Willy's Wonderland or the movie Accursed. Excuse me, The Accursed. Yeah, it's good stuff. We could help. We could help. Anyway, skip me.
Skip you.
I ran out of shit to say.
Well, if you want one more thing, you can definitely speak some shit on. I got one more trailer for you guys. Are you ready for this one?
I could speak shit at things. Am I speaking shit at things or speaking shit on things? It depends.
Well, there's only one more thing to say. Transformers 1, everybody. That's right. We're going animation style from Paramount Pictures. They want to strike this. Go right the fuck ahead.
I haven't seen the whole thing, but I know this about that. Thor is now Optimus Prime.
And Megatron is his running buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they are brothers, I think, aren't they?
No, they're just friends. Well, not even friends. They just two different people. Because before Optimus Prime or whatever, I can't remember the names now. But before they got their names as Optimus Prime and Megatron, Megatron was a miner in Optimus Prime was a librarian. So it's weird. It's I don't like the animation. Right away, it just made me puke in my mouth right away.
This is definitely targeted for kids. So that's the main problem.
But they're saying it's not targeted for kids. There's adult humor in it
But
too.
it is.
No, it is not. It is purely 10 and under. That's my book, and that's even being high on the bar for the age.
Yeah,
we'll just have to
Now,
let
you're
Kevin
saying
say.
that because my kids watch Willy's Wonderland, and like my youngest is 5, so
Yeah, but your kids are normal. I mean,
just have them watch RoboCop again.
Yeah.
she loves RoboCop.
Yeah, I skipped over the intro with Chris Hemsworth and the other guy. I figured we just go to the trailer.
Oh.
I already don't like this dialogue.
It don't sound right either.
No, especially when they get to the next scene.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. That is so bad. I don't even know what to say. This is where the trailer completely fucking lost me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're really doing this kind of humor? This doesn't work for adults. This doesn't really even work for kids. What audience are we really going for, people?
Preschool.
The people that like the Lego Batman movie, I guess. I don't know.
You know, you are not the first person to say something like that, actually. On one of the streams I follow, I don't remember which one, but they mentioned like this has that kind of Lego movie kind of humor going on to it.
No, don't get me wrong. I really like Lego DC superhero movies. They are the shit.
I like Lego Batman. I ain't gonna lie.
Same here.
The Lego Batman movie was crap to me.
Lobster Thermidor, you fuck.
I've got so many gripes for that. I hate it. I hate it so fucking much. But you watch Rick Baker and his Lego Batman movies are fucking amazeballs. I love those.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, not Rick Baker, Troy Baker.
Troy, yeah.
Rick Baker.
Rick Baker. Wait a minute, that doesn't sound right.
Batman versus the fucking werewolf. I don't know.
Dude, that'd be dope.
Batman turning into a werewolf.
Batman versus Dread, great comic book. Yep. Or Autobots versus Decepticons, or whatever the fuck they're fighting in this one.
We're gonna call you B.
Goes Megatron branded himself with the Decepticon symbol. That was like the only scene I'm like, okay, I'm digging that, but nothing else is really grabbing my attention except for later on in the scene.
Yeah. God, it just doesn't look right to me.
No.
And as it, I'm generally open to ideas like this, but something, as opposed to like the Days of Sodom trailer, something doesn't feel right about this, like at all. So I have some concerns about how this is going to end up playing out, because most of these trailers on these more studio films all play the same cookie cutter, and they all end up being about the same kind of crap when you see it in the theater.
Yeah.
Why'd you bring that back? Good.
I was just gonna say this is gonna be no different, but for the last 10 years, 15 years, I just haven't paid any attention to Transformers.
No.
Golly, and this just makes me feel the same.
Let's go, Michael Bay. Compared to this, Michael Bay is God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially the very first Transformers movie.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was awesome. The rest of them are kind of...
Yeah, this kept going downhill.
Yeah. Although I did like Dark of the Moon, to be honest, but...
Yeah, that one wasn't pretty good.
Yeah, the second and the fourth one were like... But I still have a special place in my heart for the very first Transformers movie from the 80s, which unfortunately kills everybody I even gave a shit about from the cartoon. But
yeah.
Just too bad.
Supposedly killed them.
Yeah, then brought back to life in zombie mode. Transformers Zombies.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm
Ooh,
interested.
there's a show idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I dig that actually. That I dig.
Or something. Transformers Beast Wars. Oh wait.
Oh, no, I'm out.
Junkyard.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's one of them. Never mind.
Or Transformers Armada. Oh wait, that was a video game that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
If we survive this, I'm gonna kill you! I accept those terms.
Well, that would have ended the story pretty quick.
Yeah.
Oh look, they're playing F-Zero. Neat.
That looks like that in the back.
Yeah, it does. Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. Okay, I'm gonna have to be careful with the music here, but like,
Yeah, even the soundtrack to this, because I watched a trailer earlier today, and it was
Yeah.
like, what the heck are you playing? Really? I mean, it
But it
doesn't
sounds
fit.
cool.
No, it don't sound cool. No, I know
but
music.
it does.
It does not sound cool to me in this situation. This view of this trailer. No.
Yeah, no. I mean, some of the scenery seems pretty dope, but I can't get behind some of the character designs and in the basically what they're aiming for as a theme in this movie. Doesn't feel quite right.
And my one buddy, he's like diehard into the comics of them. He's
Oh.
like, oh, they're giving that comic book look, and I'm like,
Oh,
what? And I'm like, he's like, no, like the really early comic book where
okay.
this is what they looked like before they were able to transform. I'm like, oh,
Interesting.
okay, and that's
That
what it
much is
seems in the
true.
video. Mhm.
I did not know that.
Neither
I haven't
did
read like any of the
Okay.
comics, so
No, neither have I.
mm.
I played a lot of the video games.
ahead,
War
Kevin.
for Cybertron. War for Cybertron.
Oh,
and
War for
Fall-
Cybertron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those games had a little bit of that too.
Okay.
A little bit.
God, I haven't played that game in a long time. I forgot about that one. See, the one
Yeah.
I remember most is Armada for some reason.
Mhm.
The High Moon games were really fun. I liked them.
Okay.
I miss High Moon. And High Moon still owes us a Deadpool 2.
Oh, yeah, don't get me started on that bullshit. Disney ain't ever going to let that happen, so. I don't know.
No.
I don't know my Transformers lore. What is happening with them?
The
Is that the
All-Star,
Allspark? Okay.
I think.
He's the one. Can't remember his name now off the top of my head.
Sure.
But he was in Transformer movie. He's one that Optimus Prime goes, who his mentor and creator,
Oh.
and then gives him the what's it called? The
Matrix
I like
of
it.
Power.
Yeah, Matrix of Power.
Yeah.
That's his mentor. But if you look in the background too, you can see like there's other Transformers that are destroyed,
Okay.
and there's one spot where you see Megatron in front of looks like the Decepticon symbol too. So
Oh.
I noticed that, and I was like, oh, that looks like, and that could have been the Fallen one from the
Okay.
comic book and the movie. So, but yeah, these are the gears that allow them to transform.
All right.
So that's why they
Neato.
weren't transforming before.
Huh.
It's weird. My buddy says, yeah, that's in the comic books, but I never read them, so I never knew that.
So they're pulling. Okay. So that's probably where they might be getting some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Interesting. Where's my Starscream?
You'll see them.
Oh, okay.
Getting ready to fuck you over.
Yeah. I gotta admit, some of the action when they get into that kind of mode, that feels a little more like what I'd be interested in. So
Mhm.
there is something something here and there in this trailer that kind of piqued my interest, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to get me to the theater or wait till this is free on like Paramount Plus, or if Sony buys Paramount, if it's going to be on like Sony Crackle or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a couple of scenes that remind me of the Gen 1 Transformers.
Okay, yeah.
Like where she goes from a car mode and spins up, takes out a bad guy, grabs the gun. They kind of did that in the old Gen X. And that's there's a scene coming up with Prime. You see him transforming back to robot mode, and it reminds me of the old Transformer movie too, the very beginning.
Yeah.
And here together.
Larry, my God, buddy. Mr. Fishburne, what are you doing in this movie?
Okay.
Hey, Chuck.
It's Megan Bank.
Same with Scarlett, Buscemi, John Hamm. Like all of them, like, oh, I hope they're getting paid pretty good, because I don't think it's going to do that great at the box office, but I could be wrong.
Or they owe somebody a favor.
Yeah.
One of those things.
Mm-hmm. They won't say it like somebody with the name like yours, Kevin, but that bribes his friends to do a movie.
That's the movie where you have to pay back a favor from before. Yeah.
Yep.
I remember those.
Yeah.
I was trying to explain Dogma to
Oh no.
to one of my friends, one of my kids' teachers.
Oh no.
Like my wife just also had a similar surgery where they're doing weight loss and they can't eat or drink alcohol. And I'm trying to explain the whole, like, they can't taste this anymore. They just wish they could taste that. And it's like, get 2 cups.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to explain the Metatron. And I live in a very like Christian community. So I'm trying, like, it dawns on me as soon as I say, oh yeah, and Alan Rickman plays the voice of God, Metatron, that then people are like, oh really? What are you talking about? And it's like, oh shit. Nothing. God bless y'all.
Praise Jeebus. We're out.
Praise Jesus.
Yeah, but I was trying to explain that, you just get get 2 shot glasses and only one full of tequila. Sip, spit, sip, spit.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, guys. Well, that's Transformers 1. We'll see how singular that movie can be.
I hope it does well. I'm sure it will do well. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be good. So we'll see.
Well, we'll see. Like all the other Transformers movies, once it comes out, we'll find out real quick how good or bad it really is.
Could be the next Super Mario Brothers.
I have my doubts about that, but like I said, I could be proven very wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked Super Mario Brothers.
I'm just talking Transformers 1 is going to rival Super Mario Brothers at the box office. Unless you're talking the 1994 Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah. 1994.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Look, I've only got one on Blu-ray. I'll let you guys guess which one it is.
The 1994 came in a Blu-ray?
It's coming out. It is coming out in one now, yes.
Yeah.
And a 4K. Yeah.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that, everybody. I'd still watch that movie. I know it's horrible.
Oh,
but
sure.
I'd watch it, have it in the collection anyways. So
it is in my collection, and I also own the riff tracks of it. So
damn right you do.
I'm not that much of a hypocrite.
Nah.
No, I taught my kids what movies to watch. They're bad movies, but they're so bad you just laugh at them, make fun of them all the time. So
hell yeah.
Thanksgiving and Christmas, after we're done playing board games, we'll watch a really bad movie, and my kids just love it. They're just like, oh, what one are we watching this year? I mean, we watched Llamageddon, Zombievers, Super Mario Brothers from '94.
Yeah.
I mean, those really bad movies where you're like, wow, but you can't stop laughing and watching it because how
Good
bad
man.
it is. Yeah.
How
Parenting
or
skills, yo.
Okay, you don't have to answer that question. Don't say how old your kids are online.
They're all
Are they
adults
old
now.
enough to see? Okay, so they're old enough to see the movie Black Sheep.
Oh yeah, they've seen
Oh.
that show. I've been training them since they're young, but they're all grown up. They're all adult now. So
Good
but they
man.
love it's a tradition that we do every year for probably 5-6 years now.
There you go.
That's cool. We kind of did that the day before Easter, I think. I forced Critters 2 upon my kids. And my
How
wife
did
was
that
like,
go?
so well, actually, until the kids got bored. But
Oh,
once the killing started, Zoe got interested again. And then Hunter wasn't having it. He kept calling her to go play, so she took off. But when you hear Lynn Shay screaming, "Critters!" My wife's like, "That's the lady you like from Insidious." And I'm like, it all makes sense now, Pumpkin.
it cycles around. You're getting there.
I said, when I've said I've been a fan since I was a little kid, I meant it. Oh, good.
Education.
13 when that came out.
Yeah.
Anyway. That's a cheesy movie,
guys.
but it's goddamn good.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of cheesy movies, got one more quick little thing before we get to our last topic. Guys, have you heard about the new M. Night Shyamalan movie that's coming out soon?
I just heard about it.
Trap.
Yeah.
I'm not playing the trailer.
How fucking meta.
Wow.
I know, right?
We can't play the trailer because the trailer is a fucking music video. Like, it even credits the goddamn musician at the end of the trailer.
Yep.
Yeah, so this would be, but we are not actually playing it. I'm going to go forward a little bit, and I'm going to do a quick little synopsis for everybody. So, Dad takes his kid to a concert for her favorite artist of all time, Lady Raven. And during the course of the event, they are going through their wonderful concert, great venue. It seems pretty awesome. They got floor seats, greatest dad in the world. And ultimately, he has to go to the bathroom, leaves his kid on the floor as long as she stays where she's at. Don't go anywhere. She's like, I'm fine, Dad. And he ends up going off, and then he ends up kind of wandering the concourse, checking out like merchandise booths. He's seeing cops like just about every entryway all over the goddamn place. And something seems completely weird, like they're messing with the security cameras. And this is the dad right here. And ultimately, he has our merchandise guy. He asked him, like, what's going on? Oh, I'm not really supposed to tell you, sir, but this is what's going on. There's a serial killer who's been on the loose lately, and they know he's going to be at this event, and this is a big trap to catch his ass. And it's an M. Night movie. Guess who the killer is? It's, of course, the dad, who's checking on his poor little hostage he has in a basement somewhere. And that is this movie. If they're giving us that twist in this trailer, what's the real twist here? Is the guy in the basement the real killer? Is my guess.
Just like Saw. That's what he's stealing from. If that would be the twist, he's just stealing from Saw.
That's my guess. I could be very wrong, but he goes back out to the floor. He's watching cops all over the place. And so it seems interesting, but I haven't been a big fan of M. Night for a very long time.
No.
So I'm not exactly sure what we're getting here, but this kind of concept kind of piques my interest, because if he's a serial killer, and he truly is one, then what's the big twist here? So it kind of makes that's unfortunate. when it comes to M. Night movies, what's the twist? What's the twist? What's the twist? It's such a signature of him that if he does not deliver a really good twist, I think this is probably going to be the last big movie he does for a very long time.
I agree on that. I've loved his early stuff because the twist was good. But this one, yeah, they're like kind of give it away. Like, oh, yeah, there's my victim. But they don't show his face, in front of the phone looking at it. They do kind of flip the screen back and forth, but
yeah,
it might not be him. Or he's trying to figure out who it is. But it kind of gives it away that it's him. The only thing I can think of as a twist is he walks out. I mean, what's the bigger twist? He doesn't get caught, because they're there to catch him. But how they
or
know
he
what he looks
sacrifices
like.
his daughter or something.
She's the serial killer, and she's the little orphan girl. That's it.
Oh, yeah, and he's just helping her along.
Hannibal Lecter style.
Yeah.
That he's somebody's bitch.
Mm.
Which, really, he's a dad at a fucking tween concert, though.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
And it's Josh Hartnett, too. I didn't recognize him right away.
Oh, that is him?
Yeah, that's Josh Hartnett. I didn't recognize him. I'm like, no, that can't be him. And I looked it up, and I'm like, holy crap, that is him. He just looks really different.
That's the only reason that makes me want to be like, I'd check it out then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But again,
I'll definitely check it out on video, but not at the theater.
Yeah, I ain't paying for that. But
No.
if I hear the ending is pretty dope, I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I'm not gonna watch it. I'll be real. It's not that it doesn't look like something that might be interesting to me. It's just I don't have enough time to watch shit that doesn't really intrigue me that much.
Mm-hmm.
So I just probably won't ever get to it.
Well, I didn't like Old, and I didn't even watch the Dave Bautista one that he did. And I kind of wanted to, and I'm like, I can't do it.
We didn't watch
that.
Old.
I heard was shit.
Yeah, that one was okay with Dave Bautista in it. It was just like, I don't know, maybe it was my attitude towards it. I've been like, yeah, fuck the world. I'll just live with my wife and kids and screw everybody else. We're good. but like I said, it could have been my wife and I are both the same way. Like, yeah, fuck you guys, go die. We don't care.
Yeah,
we'll just live out the rest of our lives carefree and fun. But it was
things
just like,
were just fine before you came in, and they're going to be just fine after you leave.
Hell yeah. Yeah, my wife and I are kind of the same way too.
Yeah. Even the twist, you could figure it out within the first 20 minutes of the show. You're like, yeah, we know what's going to happen. And my wife and I both called it, and we're like, yep, there it is. Okay, we're right.
Yep, boom. Paint by numbers with M. Night.
No.
Shamalama ding dong. Well, speaking of paint by numbers, let's end on a good topic, or maybe not so good topic. X-Men 97. I haven't seen a single solitary second of this, so this is going to largely be Kevin and Skeeter discussion, but I might have a couple questions. Now, Kevin, how are you on this show, and have you finished it? Or is it still currently airing? I actually don't know.
It's still airing. It's still airing. They have another season already on the way, which I want to say it was already pinned out.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not they're going to bring back Bo DeMeo, we don't know. Like, fans are calling for it. Fans are calling for it, but fans also don't know the entire situation of what happened neither. Yeah. So it's hard for Disney to be like, well, okay. And they actually have a pretty strict policy of not appeasing the fans just because that's what they want.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Like Lucy Lawless lost a position that way in Star Wars.
Yeah.
So, but thus far, up until the last episode, which I think we're on, what, 6? Skeets?
8.
8?
Or is it 6?
Shit.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's 8.
Okay.
Okay, now I gotta look.
These episodes are like a quarter of long as fucking Fallout episodes. So it's like you could binge this in a fraction of the time.
Or are these like 25-minute episodes or so?
35 5
Yes.
or yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're a bit longer than the originals, of course,
Yeah.
but they are so much better. Like everyone's like saying,
Yeah,
"Oh
it's-
gosh, it's really violent or it's really advanced for a kid's cartoon." It's like, no, it's not a kid's cartoon. It's continuing that show from when you were a middle-aged kid. Well, not middle-aged kid, but a fucking teenager. Like in your middle of your childhood. So it's like it's recognizing that it is an adult show now. It's very adult. But golly, it's like crack cocaine up until the last episode.
Yeah, it's 6 episodes. I'm thinking Fallout because it's 8.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's 6 episodes. I was off. But yeah, I
So
agree.
wait, is like the second season going to be 6? Because then they just ordered like 12 episodes and they're just splitting it up just to call it a second season. Netflix did that shit with Voltron.
7, it says, is coming out next week. So
Oh, okay.
Yes.
yeah.
But they do that. They'll order one season, split it up into 2, and then say, "Oh, it's getting renewed."
Well, they did that with like Harley Quinn and whatnot. So, and same thing with Velma, which nobody I know has enjoyed that show, but it got renewed for a second season. It's because they already had it ordered.
Yeah.
And it's a tax write-off.
Yep.
That too. But at least with, say, like X-Men 97, I can see how they have like a bunch of scripts ready and they're just working on the animation. So some of these scripts might have already been written. So if you're enjoying the quality of writing, it's probably going to stay relatively consistent till probably the last handful of episodes, I would say.
I don't know. I want to say it's going to be consistent throughout because DeMeo wasn't excused or dismissed until after everything was done, like just before it premiered.
Well, at least for the first full lot of episodes for this first season.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, like you said, for the second or the wrap up of the second, who knows?
Yeah.
But from what I gather, he was kind of hands-on and standoffish, very controlling, and I get that. But from what I've seen up until this week, everything has been very stellar, very perfect, and all the callbacks that they're doing are very memorable episodes. So like everything seems relevant as you watch it at the time.
Yeah.
And contrary to belief, I haven't been the one rewatching the X-Men episodes. So Skeets, have you gotten through the 5th episode yet, or the 5th season?
I binged all of them, just all the way up to just a week after the first episode came out. That's when I finally finished the 5th, and that's where the animation changed, and it was like, wow, oh yeah, I forgot that happened. It was just weird, and now with 97, I'm caught up to 6 episodes, and yeah, it's just mind-blowing. Like the first few episodes, you're like, wow, like this, you can tell this, even though the animation's a little different, the storyline follows through amazingly, and it's just the last 3 I've been like, no, I don't like the direction it's going, but it should get better. I'm hoping it does, at least.
I think so. I'm
not trying to give spoilers away.
No, that's cool.
No, I know. I will give one spoiler away because I need to explain my hate for this. If there is one thing I fucking hate in the X-Men's history, it's anytime they go off planet. Like mutants in space is not interesting to me.
Space.
Yeah, like they are a very local issue when it comes to like the allegory of what the X-Men are. Very local based, like streetwise. They are you and me. They are the people that are persecuted and hated just because they are people that you anyway. Mutants in space was not fucking interesting to me. Like Cyclops' dad being a fucking space pirate.
Yeah.
Not fucking interesting to me. Fucking Professor X falling in love with a bird lady who's the empress of this ginormous empire that's just as evil as the other empire that they're fighting, that also wants to destroy the earth. So it's the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And when they went back to that, like it didn't. It
was like they're mixing Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, and it's like they changed gears. Yeah, they changed gears for the show. It was going at full throttle, and then they moved it back a bit.
Yeah,
and I know storytelling wise, you kind of have to do that. And this is an ensemble cast, but Professor X was the only person there. The other Shi'ar characters were there, of course, but otherwise, after seeing episode 5 and the goosebumps that it left you feeling. Episode 6, you're just like, click, next.
What happened?
Like, yeah, get to next week.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's been so soap opera-ish good.
It sounds like it hit a little bit of a brick wall.
Well, it just 5 got me good. I was like, no, this is not the storyline. This can't be. So, and I bet Kevin, you agree with that. So, I mean,
they already gave a clue that they're gonna fix that. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's the Marvel universe. I mean, anything can happen. But, yeah, I agree with the space story. It's kind of like, I mean, yeah, I get Guardians of the Galaxy got their storyline. They try to mix the universes together, but at the same time, it was like, no, we're just going to take their storyline and we'll just change the names. Yeah, but they did it horrible, just horrible. And then,
are you talking about Corsair and?
Yeah,
I can't even. The Starjammers. That's what they were called.
Yeah. Then he called her the bird lady. I just called her helmet head because it was like every time she took her head off, her hair is still the same shape. It's like, what the hell?
Her name is Lalandra. Let's be fair, but yeah, her hair is metal. I think.
Oh, geez.
Not sure because like everybody
is it metal or still metal?
Yeah,
her sister's got feathery armpit hair that she can cut you with. Now, I do remember her being a fucking bitch to beat in the X-Men game, the Genesis game, but was a lot more fun than the fucking Super Nintendo version.
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I guess that's about as spoiler-free as we could be for the overall plot. And I give away spoilers for episode 6 because, again, it doesn't matter anything to what we've seen in this series so far.
Yeah.
It sucks ass. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you think everybody should. What's that?
Hopefully 7 just turns it around. I'm just hoping so.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Is do you feel like it can still turn it around, or are you just going to wait and see if it can stick the landing for this season?
It's very possible. I mean, they've done it in past seasons. They could definitely do it now again.
Okay.
They're gonna stick the landing. I'm certain of it. Like the beginning is so good that a filler episode is forgivable. And we watched an entire season of filler with She-Hulk and still enjoyed it. So
and we haven't done an after show since then.
Yeah.
There is that. But this would be that show. This has been the next show since Loki that Disney's put out that's been like top grade Marvel work.
Yeah.
So they're gonna stick the landing. DeMeo came out and said publicly, he's like, 5 was good, but 8 through 10 is really where I opened it up. So it's
All
very
right.
curious to see what he's going to do there.
That's good.
Okay. Thank you guys for that great little review of X-Men 97, and we'll see where it goes from here. When it's over with, maybe I will finally sit down and actually give it a chance. I'm a fan of X-Men. I've just been a little disinterested in 97. I didn't really feel like they could do it, but sounds like I'll end up giving it a shot based on what you guys are talking about. And Skeeter, where can people find you before we sign off tonight?
Anywhere on the interwebs, any social media for Skeeter on Sound, pretty much where you can find me for anything. And you can learn more about Music Bingo, which is my newest game that I've been hosting around the area and is taking off like wildfire.
Awesome. And you can find Kevin and I, our handles are right here in our names. We do 0 Point reviews. We do Suns and Shadows podcast. We're working on Alien Month right now. So Alien 3 is on tap next. And Kevin did not enjoy that so much. So you get to hear our fun conversation about that coming very soon on Tuesday. And we are working on Special Unit 2, an old TV show from the UPN days, early UPN days, before it became combined with the CW. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button. Comment down below on any of our headlines we've had tonight or anything you'd like to contribute. I'd like to hear it. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell notification. We'll see you all next time.